Corey Mitchell here, Table Rock Fishing Intel. Today we're going to talk about the Jewel Gem Spin. This is a unique bait that Jewel makes. It's got the polymer head and that encapsulates the lead. And what you're going to see today is we're going to use a Kitech swim bait attached to that. The unique part about the Gem Spin is it has that small willow leaf blade hanging off the underside of it to make it put it in the term of the underspin category. But however, we're going to show you some tricks, some techniques on how to catch fish using the Jewel Gem Spin.
Hey guys, Eric Prey, Table Rock Fishing Intel. Gonna go over a few things on the Jewel Gem Spin. It's one of my favorite baits to throw pretty much year round. I catch a lot of fish on it in the spring, summer, even some in the winter like right now. It's one of the most unique underspins that you'll find. And if you look at the bait itself, you can see it's got the polymer head, which encases the lead, which is really, I mean, it gives it such a really good lifelike profile. Has a really nice little weed guard on it, so you can fish it through some cover, through some trees. Got a great hook in it. It's a mustad ultra point hook, very sharp, very durable. The little grip pins on here, the grip tech on there that holds your Kitech on, you don't have to add any glue. It's really a great bait for that. And then quality components. You've got a ball bearing swivel down here and a really nice clean blade. It's the right size of blade, gives you just enough flash that'll draw those fish in, whether you're fishing stained water or you're fishing around fish and they're chasing bait. That'll really tend to draw those fish in. It's one of my favorite baits to throw throughout the year. Throwing it in the wintertime, you know, it is a little bit lighter, so we've got to do a few things to get it down a little bit deeper. As far as my rod and reel combination, you guys are going to get pretty used to seeing this rod and reel combo. You've probably seen it in some of the others. This is a 7-foot medium heavy rod, has a very fast tip on it. And then I'm throwing it with a 6-3-1 speed spool. It's an older loose speed spool, but it's a quicker retrieve. It's a much faster. It's a faster reel. I can bring the bait in at the right speed. Don't necessarily need the 8-3-1 for this application. Don't need to bring it that fast, but I can move it fast if the fish start chasing. They start chasing shad. Got him. Well, he feels decent. That's a decent fish. Oh, it's largemouth. Decent largemouth. Come here, you. There we go. There we go. Well, if I can get him unhooked, I'll show him to y'all. Decent largemouth. Not a bad fish at all. Yeah, we'll take him. Keeper, not a huge fish, but you know, 2.5, 3-pounder. So part of the key to fishing the Gem Spin is it does work very well around cover. But because you're imitating a shad, you definitely want to be fishing around schools of shad. Right now I'm back, about halfway back into a creek. We had some shad in the mouth, and there's just some small balls of shad back in here with fish that are trailing them. They're not being real aggressive yet. There's a couple of fish right there that I can see out in front of me, so we'll see what they want to do. But the retrieve's pretty simple. You let it sink down to the depth that you're seeing the fish at, and then it's really, you don't want to work it real fast. You want to work it pretty slow. It's just a moderate speed, constant retrieve. You want that blade spinning. The nice thing about the Gem Spin is that blade spins at any speed. So it doesn't matter. I can be slow rolling it or I can be burning it right on the surface. And that blade's still spinning. And it's still giving that a little bit of flash that tends to draw those fish in. especially in this slightly stained water that we've got. That little bit of flash makes a big difference on a sunny day like today. It'll actually draw those fish in from a ways away, gives a little bit of flash, a little bit of vibration. As far as rigging the bait, it's very easy to rig. I've got the Pro Blue gem spin right here, and I'm gonna put a Pro Blue Kai tack on it. The only thing I have to do to the Kai tack to get the body to match up to the head is you just go right between the first two rings, snip that off square. And then of course on your Kai tack, you've got the little hook groove, and that helps you to line that bait up and get it running straight. And I always want to rig it with the tail down. So I'll kind of pull that weed guard out of my way right now. I'm going to get her right in the center. And then I'm just going to run it right down the middle and right about the end. This is a 3.3. You won't go quite that deep on a 3.8 or a bigger bait. And then you just slide that dude up over top of that keeper, get it all the way up on there. Put your weed guard back down, but you notice how well that mates up with that head. So it's really kind of a seamless presentation and doesn't have a real clunky look or a clunky feel to it. So in this ultra clear water on Table Rock, it's a great bait to throw. It really, the fish don't get scared off by it because you don't have a great big clunky head on there. You've got something that looks seamless and looks like a shad when it's coming through the water. Got him. There he is. Had the drop on that one. Oh, he's feeling a little angry. Oh, smallmouth. Good smallmouth. He did not want to get caught today. Come here, Bubba. Give me your mouth. There we go. Good smallmouth there. That fish was up over top, and I reeled and they followed me back, and I dropped it right on him and he ate it. See if we can get another one. It's February right now, so the fish tend to be a little bit deeper. Most of the fish we're catching are, 25, 30 feet deep on a day like today where we've got no wind and it's high sun. Sometimes they're even deeper than that. The gem spin itself only comes in a 1/4 ounce size. So, you get a little bit of wind or whatever, and it takes a while for that bait to get down there. So I'm going to show you a trick that I do to get this bait down a little bit deeper so I can get to those fish that are a little bit deeper. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take your normal nail weight. Get them anywhere, Sluggo, whatever. They come, you can get them anywhere. First thing I want to do is I want to trim down to that first ring to get rid of some of the excess. So I get rid of that, and I don't throw it in the lake. And then I'm going to cut that nail weight right in half. So it's basically the same weight on either side. So then I've got my 2 sections of nail weight. Now this is the most important part of this. If you look on the underside of your Kai tack, you'll see right in front of the bottom hook groove, there's a little area that doesn't have ribs, and within that area you'll see 2 little circles, 2 little rings that Kai tack puts in to their bait to show you exactly where to stick your nail weights. Whether you're doing it with this bait or fishing the Kai tack as on a Texas rig, this is an easy way to add a little bit of extra weight. So I'm going to find that little hole, and then I'm just going to push my nail weight in on one side, and you'll actually feel it go right up next to the Grip Tech keeper in there. And then I'm going to go to the other side, find that little hole, and run that other nail weight in on the other side. And there I just bumped up against the Grip Tech keeper. And when you're done, you'll have the 2 weights kind of like that. They're sticking out of the bottom a little bit, but that's not going to make a difference to the fish. But that's going to add about 1/8 of an ounce of weight on there to get you basically to a 3/8 ounce size to make it easier for you to get this down to those deeper fish that are 35, 40, and even 50 feet deep.
So what you saw Eric do was use this bait a multitude of different ways to be able to catch fish, different setups. You saw a few tricks. You saw some unique ways to be able to add weight to this bait or to use it in different applications. You saw the wire weed guard to give you to help with weedless applications. You saw the versatility of the bait. You saw how simple it is to rig and set up. That shows you the versatility, the simplicity of the Jewel Gem Spin and how it'll help you catch more fish.